Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gino Zapata here on the Sports Life Production Podcast Show presented by the BS3 Network. I wanted to talk today about failure. I know I've mentioned on our social media platforms and asking the question of failure being a positive or negative thing in life, if it's going to help you embrace failure or if failure just is going to keep you held down in life. And my thing is with failure, from my experiences, just as a person, I've always taken failure when I was younger as a negative thing, obviously. And when now being older, being a father of 3 children, and just being a husband and also an entrepreneur, a businessman, I look at these things now as an opportunity. I look at failure as an opportunity to learn something, to be better, to gain more knowledge than what I had before, because there's things that we fail at all the time that we don't know about. I learned to accept failure into my life, and I learned in order to keep accepting challenges and keep trying every day, we have to learn how to fail. A great person that comes to mind with failing is Michael Jordan. Failed many times in life as far as his basketball journey. Didn't even make his JV or high school team. Then he goes to play on in North Carolina. And the point of that is that he kept focused, he kept trying, he kept moving and pushing forward. And that's what a lot of our generation nowadays doesn't understand. And the thing is, with these younger athletes nowadays, they fail, they don't want to try anymore. They just give up. They look for another outlet. Failure is yes, a negative thing, but it also can be looked at as a positive thing. It can be looked at as a positive attribute in order to understand the aspects of life. And, when you fail a test in the classroom, are you going to just, give up on that subject? No, you're going to keep trying. You're going to either retake that exam or you're going to, move on and be able to push forward and continue to learn more. Every day. And it's just like on the diamond, the field, the court, same process. You might have lost the game, but what can you do better to win next time? What can you do better outside of that? That game, that practice, you go above and beyond. You look at yourself in the mirror every day and you focus on, understanding that I might have failed right here and there, but tomorrow's a new day. We're going to keep pushing forward every day. So that's the other thing. You got to continue to move forward with failure. You can't sit there and lack certain things in life when it comes to failure. Just having a lack of imagination is a big key. Everybody has this dream of making it big and doing big for themselves, but when that doesn't happen, right then and there, what do? You don't give up. You keep pushing. You keep focused. You stay strong every day. When Sports Life Production came about 5.5, 6 years ago, I didn't believe at the time that this vision was going to take 5.5 to 6 years. I believe this vision would have taken at least, honestly, about a good year to 2 years to be successful. And when I realized that didn't happen, I felt that I failed. I felt that I, didn't have the want anymore, the whole entire picture of it all. I decided to say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. This obviously didn't work. But no, at the end of the day, I had to look myself in the mirror and realize it's going to happen. It takes time. Things take time. Life takes time to unfold. And you have to give yourself that opportunity to let life unfold and be able to know that your dream isn't over. The imagination of you being successful in life isn't over. It can happen at any moment. It doesn't matter what age, what color you are, what gender you are, respectfully. It doesn't matter. It can happen at any point in given time. And that's a message that our younger generations need to understand. It can happen at any moment in given time, but you always have to understand, once you overcome failure, once you overcome the adversity and you reach your goals, I always say it, you have to stay humbled. You have to stay poised. You have to understand that, no matter what happens in life, you got to keep your wits about you. And, it's going to depend on whether you're going to be successful or if you're going to fail, because that's dependent on whether or not you keep going at it every day. You keep pushing, you keep striving every single day of your lives. You don't just simply just stop because you failed the first time. It means simply too, failure can mean also changing directions in life. Maybe that isn't the path for you. Maybe that's not your overall goal that is supposed to be achieved. And I thought at one point Sports Life Productions wasn't that. I thought, okay, I need to go do something else in my life because this ain't it. This is not it. But you know what? I was given an opportunity to revive Sports Life Productions, and I took it. It was a big risk for me and my family. And I believed in the vision. I believed in myself. My wife supported me. My kids supported me. I had great people around me in my circle. My family overall supported me. Friends supported me, and understanding that this platform is going to change lives and create opportunities. And it's going to push over for generation to generation. It's going to evolve constantly. And it's not going to sit there and stop, because every day somebody's life needs to be impacted, especially through our youth. Our lives need to be impacted somewhere, somehow. And us as adults need to give that opportunity. And I think, to be very honest with you, through the many failures that I've been through, the many challenges and struggles I have gone through, I've always looked at an opportunity to learn from it. Being an adult, I still make mistakes. It happens all the time. But at the end of the day, once I realized that, hey, that wasn't the right decision, that wasn't the smartest decision, at the end of the day, I sat there and looked back upon myself to realize I need to take that opportunity to learn. Failure is a chance to learn from your mistakes and learning to be greater, to be better about certain things. It could be an attitude problem. Many younger athletes nowadays don't understand the aspects of their attitude, their characteristics. It plays a huge role as to when you're going and looking at the next level of play, or when you're trying to get into that, college or that university. It takes those things right there to look upon yourself to realize, do I even have the characteristics? Do I even have the knowledge, or do I have the background setting to understand for myself that I need to learn through many of the failures that I've had in life? Attitude is everything, especially when it comes to failure. How does your attitude play a factor when you fail? Again, I said it multiple times already. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep focused. Stay focused. Don't just sit here and give up and have a piss poor attitude because you don't like something. You didn't get into that college right now. You didn't get accepted into the university. Or let's say this university doesn't want you. I don't care if they're D3 or JUCO school, community college. Doesn't matter. If they don't want you, keep pushing. Keep focused. Stay strong every day. And understand that the aspects of failure is only going to make you greater in life. And in my mind, truthfully, I had to learn a coward is the only person that gives up and doesn't accept failure in his life or their lives, respectfully. And I had to understand when the fact that I had to go through these trials of trying to raise a family, create the platform, I had to realize that, only a coward would give up. Only somebody that doesn't understand the logic of what they're trying to do in life will give up on that. And my main focus is only here now is to give this content, give these topics out, so you all can understand and have something to think about every day. Parents, your kids, don't give up on your kids. Us as parents tend to do that at times by giving them the easy way out, giving them the cell phone, giving them whatever it is that they want, so we don't have to push ourselves as parents to be involved in our kids' lives, taking them outside, reading a book, something along those lines. I deal with it all the time too. It's just not about sports. It's about life in general. Coaches, same way. Many coaches give up on a kid because they don't fit the narrative of potentially being great, or it's going to be a tough challenge to coach that kid to be successful in life. No, that's the message I'm trying to portray here. We don't give up. We do not just throw our hands up and say, I'm done. No, we accept failure. We understand that, hey, at the end of the day, things happen the way they do, but we have to understand ourselves to understand who we are as a character. We can accept failure. We can accept anything. We can accept when things are successful. We can accept when things go well for us. But we can also understand the aspects of where we came from, we can also understand where we started to where we are now. And truthfully, we probably have failed over 100 and something times by the time we became successful. I know I failed hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of times, trying to be successful, trying to revive the platform of Sports Life Productions, trying to be able to even create content to give to you all that's listening to the show. I'm grateful for you all that listen to this. I'm grateful to you all that understand what we're trying to do here at Sports Life Productions is to be able to give you all something to think about, something to look forward to. And honestly, I'm really excited to talk about this topic. Failure is honestly, for me, it is a positive. It is a positive thing. It could be negative, of course, but for me, it's positive because I wouldn't be here today if I couldn't look back upon myself and all my struggles and all the things that I went through personally by sitting here, today and talking about Sports Life Productions, what it means, the content that we're trying to create and the process on how this is going to really create opportunity and change lives. And being able to just focus on the simple things of life in general. The greater good, if you will. Things are going great, but I always realize where I started. And I realize because of failure, I am now here where I'm at today. Because of failure has brought me to a higher level in life. Failure has taught me to level up. Failure has created my mindset, and I've mentioned this before on our social media platforms. A mindset to win. I took an L yesterday. That's all right because I already trained my mind to win the next day. If I take an L the next day, that's all right. I've still trained my mind to win the next day because those days are over with. Every day is a new day. My question to you all is are you going to be able to understand and accepting failure into your lives and understanding where you started to where you are now? Is it because somebody else is telling you can't do it and you're accepting that? Or is it you're going to rise up and tell yourself, you know what, I might have failed here, but I'm going to continue to push forward every single day of my life. And I'm going to accept the failures that come with it because it's only going to create an opportunity for me to learn later on in life. It's only going to enhance myself to push forward every day, to keep looking in that mirror every morning I get up, to realize I'm going to be somebody one day. Like I said before at the beginning, Michael Jordan's a perfect example. You look at many folks in life, and just me personally, I'm another example. Parents teaching our kids, you can be another example to them. We're supposed to be that leader to our kids. Coaches, the same way. Leader to these young student athletes. Doesn't matter who you are, right? We're trying to portray a message that's going to get these kids to understand it's okay to fail. Because at the end of the tunnel, there's always light to succeed. So I want to challenge everyone that's listening, and thank you all again for listening, but challenge you all to understand of what the message is today and what's being said today on the show, as far as, really just pushing that agenda to understand failure. It is a negative thing, but it can be turned around all in good faith as a positive matter to enhance you to be great in life and to understand where you started in life is not where you're going to end in life. And everything that you do reflects upon you. That's the message we need to send our youth, send our student athletes, in understanding, you may not get where you need to be right now. You may not have gone to that college or played Division I ball or 2 ball, or go pro. That's all right, but you're still going to be somebody. So I challenge you, parents and coaches, and even student athletes that listen to this podcast, understand that failure, you have to understand how to accept it. Failure can be accepted in your life. What are you going to do once you accept it? Are you going to let it weigh you down and anchor you down? Or are you going to rise up and level up the way you're supposed to go and be successful in life.